For the next 24 hours, I'm eating street food from all over India in New York City. And here I am with my breakfast. So for breakfast, I went to a small grocery store called Punjabi Deli, which is super iconic in New York. It sells food from the region of Punjab, which is bordering Pakistan. It's a super cute mom and pop shop with very, very fresh vegetarian food. So I ordered a bunch of different foods and snacks, but the thing I'm most excited about to start my day is this Indian chai. Indian chai is not your regular tea, it's black tea served with milk and a bunch of different spices. And you can actually see them floating around. I just found a cardamom seed. It's a very sweet, very spiced milk tea that really warms you up on a deeper level. And also it is actually really cold here in New York, so I'm very happy to start with that. So in terms of rating, this is a pure 10. It's a classic, it's super good, love it. So for my first meal of the day, I have delicious home-cooked food from the Punjabi Deli. This dish is a mix of dal, which is a typical lentil soup, and saag, which is a typically Punjabi dish. All this is served with roti, which is a flaky dough bread that you use to grab the food with. And as a side, I've been given a few vegetables with a few cucumbers and onions topped with masala spice. So let's dive in. Yum, and I have to say, I love eating with my hands. It's just the best way to eat that type of food. Right away you notice how deep the different spices are. From the creaminess of the spinach to the really sweet taste of the lentils. This is a very delicious meal to start the day with. Oh wow, this seems like just plain old cucumber, but actually the garam masala spice on top, so freaking good. Really adds so much to it. Overall, this dish is really good and feels like the perfect comfort food. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. And next up, we have vegetable pakora. This is a vegetable fritter with different veggies in it like cauliflower, potato, or spinach. This is then mixed with spices and deeply fried. And in terms of spices, I think I recognize a few different ones like turmeric or cardamom. Along with that, I've been given 2 different kinds of spicy sauces. I have no idea what these are. Wow, this is super good. Vegetable fritters are always a good classic. And I was a bit afraid of this deep red sauce, but it's actually a bit sweet, so I'm happy with it. Let's try the other red sauce. Oh, I think I took the wrong decision dipping it all in. This is super spicy. Overall, this is a perfect fast snack, so I'll be able to eat that every single day. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. And let's end our breakfast on a sweet note after all these spices with some kheer. Kheer is rice pudding made with rice, milk, and sometimes some sweet vegetables like pumpkin or carrot. I think this makes for a perfect breakfast meal, so let's try it out. Yum. Oh, this is really good. There's also some almonds in it and tastes really sweet and really soft. Overall, this makes for a super sweet, super creamy dish that is perfect for my breakfast. 9 out of 10. And for lunch, we're eating South Indian food. One thing I love about New York is that you can find food from specific regions without having to travel. I'm very excited for the 3-course meal. Starting our meal with a drink of salty lassi, which is a typical drink of India made of milk and yogurt. The one I chose is a salty lassi, so I'm excited to try it. I have never tried that before. Oh wow, this is really good. It feels like the perfect drink for when you're super thirsty. Very, very tasty. 7 out of 10. In terms of appetizers, we have idly and vada. Vada is a South Indian donut-style fritter made from black lentil. Both of these can be eaten as a snack, like I'm about to do right now, or also as a breakfast. It feels super crispy and super bouncy. This is served with 3 different types of chutneys and some sambar, which is a type of lentils too. Okay, let's try this out. I'm very excited for the vada. I have never tried that before. Oh wow. Wow, this looks so good. Okay, which sauce should I dip it in first? Wow, so first of all, the consistency of this vada is so perfect. You have a crispy exterior and a really soft interior. Wow, this chutney is also super good, the green one. It tastes a bit like coconut. Okay, the red one, I think I can guess. This will probably be tomato and maybe pepper chutney. Yum, tomato it is. They are a perfect blend of spices. One thing I love about Indian cuisine is like how many different spices and herbs they are. Next up, we have idly. Idly is this super fluffy pancake made of fermented rice and lentil flour. As you can see, it has a super soft, super airy texture and it looks really good. Oh, and I haven't tried the sambal yet. This is probably my favorite. It tastes more like a soup than a sauce. Super good. Overall, I'm super satisfied of this appetizer. 8 out of 10. Look at this. It is massive. So this is a masala dosa, and it's maybe the most iconic and most well-known South Indian food. Dosas are some kind of massive and thin pancake that's made from fermented rice and lentils. You have some kind of potato puree with different herbs, spices, including turmeric, giving that beautiful yellow color. It's also served with 3 different types of chutneys, which I believe are tomato, coconut, and maybe onion. I'm not sure of the third one, and some sambar. The way to eat it is actually really fun because you're supposed to eat it with your hands and dip the dosa in the sauce. This is so delicious. So what you can see in this dosa is the filling is right in the middle. So you get a different experience. I feel like the sides are a bit for dipping, and the middle you get some potatoes, spices, and sometimes some veggies. Wow, this is really the perfect lunch, and I love how much food I got. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. And let's end our meal on a sweet note with this dessert. This is called rava kessari, and it is a sweet made of semolina, sugar, ghee, which is clarified butter, some nuts, and some resin. I really like the texture. It feels super sticky and it looks really sweet. Yum. It tastes exactly like it looks. It's super sweet. I really love the mix of different texture with the raisins and the semolina. I really like this dessert. I couldn't be eating that every single day, so I'm gonna have to give it a 7. So now it's dinner time and I went to a West Bengal place. I actually spent a summer in Kolkata in college and I absolutely loved the food. The first thing I ordered is one of my all-time favorite. It's an egg roll, also called Kati roll, with a fried egg, red onions, chili, and cilantro. It is really the perfect food for a fast meal, and I'm gonna need it because it is freezing cold here in New York City. It is also lightly spicy, and also, if I remember well, this is the max amount of spice I can tolerate. So let's dive in. This is the perfect food for a fast dinner. It is so cool. Also, look at how packed it is. So fresh, so delicious. This brings me back to really cool memories. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And now we have a few snacks. So I of course found my favorite snack of pani puri. Pani puri is stuffed bread that you dip in tamarind water. And that's actually the only word I remember in Bengali. Pani means water. So to eat it, it's really easy. You just need to break this tiny puff bread that's hollow in the middle and then stuff it yourself, dip it in the water, then eat it right away. That's such a perfect snack for me. It's also the perfect combination of textures and flavors. If I have to give this one a rating, it's an 8 out of 10. And next up we have jhalmuri. Jhalmuri is a Bengali snack that's made of puffed rice and a bunch of different spices and vegetables. This one in particular is made with potatoes, lime, cilantro, and some peanuts.
Hello there.
This is so good. The rice has perfectly absorbed the lime. Here there's a perfect balance of textures as you have the crunchiness of the potatoes, the lightly puffed rice with a perfect lime flavor, a bunch of different vegetables such as onions and cucumbers, and a ton of spices. It is actually quite spicy. I guess this was a very spicy day. Overall, this was such a delicious day. It was so cool getting to try some snacks from the Bengal region again. I was impressed at the variety of flavors, spices, and dishes from many different regions of India. Of course, this was just one day, so I didn't get to try all types of food from all regions of India. Now I'm gonna finish my food, so I'll leave you here and I'll see you soon.